The Great Wall protected China for centuries, but today it's in urgent need of its own protection.
Less than 10% of the Great Wall remains in good condition. Around 20% is badly damaged, and 30% has already disappeared.
Bai Chunxiang grew up under an unrestored section of the Great Wall near the northern border of Beijing. It's the so-called Wild Great Wall, where a section that's neither preserved nor developed into a tourist attraction. Most of the Great Wall today comprises of sections like this. And from 10 years ago, this local peasant decided to defend this disappearing UNESCO cultural heritage on his doorstep.
这是最早前吧，你看这长城有的是上这长城上刨药台，
Back then, I found many of my neighbors were digging herbs or catching scorpions on the Great Wall. Some were even herding here. That caused a lot of damage to the already broken architecture. So I stopped them whenever I saw them. I even dropped into their homes with some fruit and vegetables, trying to convince them to stop. That made me quite unpopular with some neighbors.
Bai says the hostility lasted until 2010, before local authorities actually hired him as a Great Wall protector. Over the past 10 years, he's patrolled this section of the wall at least once a week and regularly submits to local authorities a report of any new damage. But our most impressive findings were the relics he had salvaged.
Look at this hole. The ancient Chinese army would put gunpowder in it and use the stone as the oldest form of grenade. There were once plenty of them, or near the Great Wall. Because of a lack of awareness, some villagers use these stones, or even the bricks from the Great Wall to build their houses. Others sell them as souvenirs in the black market.
Bai says its single-minded protection somehow raised the awareness of nearby villagers, but the biggest damage is caused by nature.
This is one of the very few existing waterways of the Great Wall. In 2012, a torrential flood eroded most of its foundation. It became very urgent, so I brought in some cement and risked my life under the collapsing cave to consolidate the foundation.
Bai's work prevented a collapse, but it caused huge controversy on the internet. Some criticized him for damaging the original structure, saying his remedy is worse than the disease. Others argue how it was unwise to leave the protection of such an important architecture to unqualified peasants. Bai says it was a sound learning experience nevertheless.
That tower was built by the army of Chinese hero Qi Guang in 1567. Last year it was about to collapse. I patched the wall with some wood and waited for the experts to deal with it.
China formulated a Great Wall Protection Regulation in 2006 and invested $60 million to prevent the most urgent 50-kilometer section near Beijing from collapsing. But the Great Wall is 20,000 kilometers in length, stretching right out across the country. And Bai has only responsibility for 1 kilometer section of that, near his home. Today we are still losing the Great Wall, brick by brick, because of human activities, because of natural conditions. How we can prevent one of the greatest world wonders from disappearing in the best method remains a tough question. Han Peng, CCTV, Beijing.